There she is.
Hello everybody, I am back. This is the final of race 2 of the 2025 OVKA karting season. I'm pulling out in position 4. This is the LO206 Legends class. We are the first group out after the big lunch break. Team Skedaddle, we are fairly well represented in this race. Again, I think we had about 12 or 13 carts in this one. I came out in P4. Otto up there is in P2. I think Tom is behind us in like position 6 or 7. So we're going to get another one to go around. Not sure why. Again, I can't see behind me, and I apologize. Man, I was really bummed that I did not have the camera in 360 mode. But I have to say, the positioning of it with my homemade mount is turning out to look pretty good. I can see both my feet, I can see both my hands, and I can still also see pretty much everything in front of me. And the color's good. I'm shooting in 4K. It's looking pretty good on YouTube as well. So we're creeping around. I'm hoping the 89 gets a good jump and I'll go with him. I didn't want to start pushing too early. And again, he can't really dictate when the thing starts. It's more on the 86. And the 86 is going to hit it right there. I think the 25 pushed him exactly at the right time. And the two of them just boom, jet right out in front. So, heck, I'm even in 5th place right now. But I got a good run around the outside. My carts have been hooking up good on that portion of the first turn. I thought about stuffing it in under my teammate there, but decided against it. Plus, I really wasn't in position to do it. I figure I'd jump behind him and maybe we can push back up to those other guys. But they're separating pretty quick. This is probably, I don't know, maybe my 40th or 50th lap in this go-kart. Now the 89 got a little bit slowed down through the 8 turn. I was able to jump under him and get by cleanly on the inside. Actually went a little wider than I wanted to right there. But now, you know, within a lap and a half, I have a pretty substantial gap to close to catch up to positions 1 and 2. I was feeling halfway decent about it because looking at the lap times from the pre-final, my lap times are right up there with the guys in position 1 and 2. Although I think the 86, he was just a little bit faster, but I was right there with the 25, I think, on lap times. So I was hoping to catch up with them. But these guys are, in reality, they're going to stretch it out on me over the next 3 laps. We're just finishing lap 2 right there. And I'm jumping us ahead in the time machine right there, it looked like. I'm jumping us ahead to the start of lap 5. So there's 5 laps left to go. The gap is, you know, creeped out. You know, more than likely I'm not going to catch these guys unless I get way faster or they get way slower or somebody messes up. But I'm still hopeful. I'm digging. I'm trying to log the fastest laps I can. I want to see how well this kart performs. It's, again, pretty new to me. This is the first race outing I've taken it on. I have to say it felt really predictable, pretty stable. I never felt like I didn't know what was going to happen when I stepped on the brakes, or, you know, it just felt really stable. I'm not sure how this software is going to trim up the audio, but we are all geared pretty low. You're going to hear us all hitting, or you're going to hear me hitting the rev limiter pretty quick out of this last corner. As soon as we go around this last little curve right here, I'm on the rev limiter right around now, I think. That's one thing I noticed with the Legends class and versus the Masters class. We both have to run in the same weight, but I think the Masters might run a little taller gears than us. I sometimes think we all try to out-battle each other out of the corners, so we slowly add teeth on the back axle, and, you know, we get more pull out of the corners, but we get less top end, and we definitely get slightly slower lap times. But now we are in, the last half of the race, and my last 4 laps of this race were basically the 4 fastest laps all day in the Legends. So I had a pretty good streak of good laps coming up here, and positions 1 and 2 are coming a little closer to me. And the thing about racing is, should the 25 get up there and really start pushing on the 86, I want to be in the catbird seat, ready to pounce or whatever it is you do when you're in the catbird seat. But I want to be ready to do it, so I'm trying to close this gap and get as close to these 2 guys as I can. I don't really think anybody was very close to me, 3-4 seconds behind me. And it's not a lot mathematically, but when you see it on a track, 3 or 4 seconds behind somebody, it is a pretty big gap. But I'm definitely starting to creep up on these guys. And again, when I looked at the lap times, during these laps, I was maybe 2 or 3 tenths faster than them per lap. So I think in the span of about 3 laps, I made up a second, but they had already built a pretty good lead on me. And it's coming down to the last lap. So, it's may not be super suspenseful, but the 25, he looks like he might want to stick it under the 86 right there, but he just was not close enough to even get under him. So his next option is to maybe try to, get right up on him coming through here. Sometimes you have to try to lay back just a hair so you can get through this portion faster and get that run, but the 86 does not mess up at all. 25 just has to follow in line, and I have to do the same. So I come in 3rd place. The kart did pretty well again. I had the fastest 4 laps in this race, and I was happy with that. I would have liked to have caught my own mechanical issues prior to the pre-final so that I would have qualified better, and potentially if I'd have gotten out in front, who knows, I might have been able to just drive around by myself. But hey, my camera was stuck pointing forward, so it would have been a super boring video if I'd have done that. So I'll just say that I finished 3rd on purpose for the good video. But anyways, I'm looking forward to the next race. I'm going to probably run 2 classes, so it should be some interesting video after that. Have a good one, and see you out there on the track.